Welcome to the video where you buy one and get one for free. I'm not talking about giveaways or merch, although I do wish I could have either one of them. I am talking about this video. It's a vlog, but also a travel guide for those who are interested in Western Sichuan province, aka the Tibetan region of Sichuan province. I just said that one sentence without breathing.
Altitude is really high, so it's like you have to take your time. Trying to catch the bus that is waiting for us. Oh my god. We just got to the first kind of the stop. It's actually getting cold, and this is like 4,000 meters of altitude. So yeah, you can definitely feel something here. I'm gonna try to not make sudden moves and try to stay calm as possible. So that's where we go. We're going next there. The audio of this clip was covered by the wind, so what I was trying to say was you can even go further than this point, which is closer to the summit. However, I couldn't do it because I was weak as fuck and had trouble breathing at this higher altitude. Check how puff this packaging is. It wasn't this puff like normally because, you know, high altitude, low pressure. I know my physics. See, I'm like breathing and talking. Also climbing the stairs, the altitude is really high, so it's like you have to take your time to get used to this lack of oxygen here. Oh god. So this is like a little pavement. Trying to catch the bus that is waiting for us. Oh my god. Ayo. So this was the second stop of the day. It was called Muya, Holy Land. Basically, you have to take this bus all the way up to the mountain tops, and then it carries you down the mountain and stops at a few places for you to enjoy the views. I was taking photos per usual, which made us miss our bus stop. But the bus driver was kind enough to stop and wait for us once he saw us running towards him. Yeah, it was a mess. We live in this very cute little hotel. I would say hotel. Let me just show you real quick. So that's our room on the first floor. It also has a huge yard that Baozi could have fun with it and also eat grass in it, which is a recently developed hobby of his. After some disasters, we were making it work, but never did I ever think that you would do in the dark. It's my dad. So where exactly are we? We're driving towards the west of Sichuan province. It's called 318 China National Highway. It's kind of similar to Route 66 in the US, where it's famous for its landscape along the way. And one special thing about 318, it actually leads all the way to Tibet. If we want, we can technically drive all the way to Tibet. That's actually one of the most famous road trip here in China. But for the entire length of our 4-day trip, it only covers like 1/3 of all the way to Tibet. There are snow-covered mountains to see, grasslands. Along with the grasslands, you get to see like yak herds and horse herds. This is a random animal bone. supposed to be the yak bone. That's so creepy. It's this one piece of it too. There's another piece of bone. 人家理都不想理你。和他再打个茶。I just want to show you this cozy little restaurant that we had dinner at. That is part of the place we stayed at. Hey, check in. It's 6:30 p.m. It's really hitting me. Like I'm having headaches. I'm like super sleepy. It's possible this is because I only had like 6 hours of sleep the night before and then went on this trip. Trying really hard to think right now. Like I can't even perform the basic function of thinking. Although I probably don't do it that often, even when I'm not having this reaction. Hi! Hi! It's 8 a.m. day 2 and we're heading to 2 different spots, I think, for today. Baozi is showing his reaction by constipating. He's not pooping for like almost 2 days.
In your brand new skirt, just happy that we've been together and we never get hurt. So say, girl, why you kick it with them guys all dumb? If you ever got some worries, one with me all done. Change the picture that you paint.
This is one of my most exciting place to come, and that's kind of the whole point I went on this trip. I'm gonna get sunburned because I forgot to put on sunscreen. Place is like a moderate now 2 hours hike. It's not even a hike, it's more like a walk. They have established pavements. You're not gonna get lost in here because it's pretty obvious where you can go and you can choose your route. There are different routes. We chose to come down from the top to the bottom to see these rocks close by and take photos, obviously.
So where exactly are we? The official name of this place is called Garze Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture. Okay, I got the name. It basically means that this is a district that has its own governing rules due to its heavy Tibetan populations, but it's still part of Sichuan province. Gansai has a population around 9,100 people. 9,100. It's 900,000. I apologize for this dumbass mistake. With 78% of it being Tibetan population. Hence, the Tibetan Buddhism is the predominant religion that is practiced in Ganzi. That's why we get to see a lot of Tibetan monasteries. What's the difference between monastery and temple? Well, I talked about the 318 China National Highway in the vlog part of this video, so obviously the most ideal way of traveling would be driving your own car, because this whole trip is more than just about the destination, but the journey itself. Oh my god, I sound so deep right there. But literally though, a random stopping curb could have the most gorgeous landscape you've ever seen. So it's kind of important that you get to stop whenever you want and have that flexibility in your pocket. But I know you guys are just as ratchet as I am for not owning a car and not having a driver license here in China. So here are a couple of options you have. So the first option is to rent a car plus a driver through like a travel agency. But obviously the downside of these two are just how much money you have. If you're like me and don't have a lot of money, you can go with the other option of still renting a car plus a driver, but you share this car ride with other stranger travelers, which means you're buying a seat on this probably a minivan with, I don't know, 5-6 other people, but you still get to be inside of like a private vehicle, private car that has the advantage of certain degree of flexibility. The least ideal option would be public transportation. As far as I know, oh my god, I know, yeah. As far as I know, there are shuttle buses from Chengdu to Chengdu, which is kind of like the capital city of the Ganzi district. But obviously, you lose the flexibility entirely, and I think you will have a lot of trouble finding ways to go outside of the city. Each stop on the way is about, I would say, 2 to 3 hours of drive between one another. So you kind of have to have a car if you want to travel properly around this area. So speaking of these stopping points, what are them exactly? As you can see from the map, I know it's in Chinese and most of you probably don't understand it like I do. And all these little dots on the way is where you can either spend the night or just stop for the nature scenes or just, chill. This ties back to what I'm saying about the journey and the destination. For example, if you pick your destination as Tibet, obviously it's a great destination, but there are so many things you get to see on this whole journey, and I would definitely recommend to stop as much as you can for the sake of the landscape as well as adjusting yourself to altitude. Let's talk about altitude. So for our trip, the highest altitude that we reached was this one point is around 4,200 meters. The first day was the most difficult for me because after experiencing that 4,000 meter altitude, I was having a severe headache at night and I couldn't get to sleep. I had to take pain meds to ease the pain so I can actually go to sleep. My mom was even taking a bigger hit. She couldn't even get to sleep after taking the painkillers, and she actually vowed to never go back to any sorts of highlands ever. There are a couple of solutions for altitude sickness. I believe there is medicines for it, but I'm not sure how effective are they because my mom was taking them. It doesn't really seem to work, and you can buy oxygen tank, not the huge one, no. Those smaller ones. The downside of that is that it's kind of like doing drugs. Once your brain gets used to the oxygen you're manually pumping into your head, it will keep asking for it, in other words, get addicted to it. I mean, it's good for emergency use, but not like a long-term or fixed solution. Another way of getting used to altitude is to get more in shape, build on more muscles, just be more healthy in general. The summer for Ganze area is the rainy season, so you have to think about flooding situation and the heavy rain wash down the rocks from the mountains because once you get into the area, you will be driving through mountains. So it's very dangerous if there has been a heavy rain and there are rocks coming down from the mountains. So just be aware of the news and pick the best time to go. Obviously, Tibet is a great destination, but I feel like all these Western Sichuan area are less known than Tibet, but they are definitely worth visiting just as much as Tibet. I feel like I was doing a lot of talking with owning this one hand because I was resting the other hand on my knee over here. That's all of the video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and comment and subscribe to my channel. There will be more travel videos coming up.
Stuck in the cold cause there's nothing left to hold it. Cause I don't leave fall. I don't leave fall.